All right, we should be good to go. Let me make sure we are good to go. Okay, so we are live. Just waiting on my co-host Rio the God. I got some we got some exciting stuff for you guys today. Well, every episode is exciting, of course. But what they do, baby? What's up, Tahira? I see you. First person in. I appreciate you. Appreciate you being on time. We appreciate you being present, enjoying the content. Thank you. Thank you so much. But we have a fun one for you today. I feel like every episode is fun, but this one's gonna be fun. Kind of sort of. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Uh, we'll see what happens. I am ready to get this show on the road because good I made an amazing dinner. I made an amazing dinner and I can't wait to eat. I'm excited. Some good, some good healthy meals. I'm thirsty too. I should have grabbed some water. I'm waiting for Derry to get back. I don't feel like getting up and going downstairs. I'm waiting for Derry to get back to grab my water, my tap water. There it is. All right, cool beans. Yes, excited, excited about today's podcast. Excited about dinner. Excited about the sushi I'm grabbing Friday. Sushi day. With my man Santiago. I'm excited about that too. Excited about that. You can tell you're getting older when you're excited about like grown up things. So I recently just got my tags renewed on my car, and I'm pretty excited about that. Pretty excited about not riding dirty anymore. You know, happy, happy about that. My boy always hitting me up. So yeah, so I should have got that. I should have got that water. That's what I feel like. I feel like I should have got that water. Somebody is who's playing right now. The Bucks and the Bulls are playing. I'm at home. Sign me in automatically. Stop playing. What's my password? Bring my man Santiago on. I should bring Santiago on. Santiago is hilarious, but Santiago doesn't watch a lot of sports, so we'll have to find something that we kind of have to discuss. Something that Santiago will be very heavily educated in. We like the game, but this is not a gaming podcast. It's a sports podcast. But one day I will have my man Santiago on. I will. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. So Rio said he's walked in the house. He just walked in, you know. So he should be on any minute. My boy is on the way. All right. What was I looking up? Oh, I was looking up my stuff to sign in. There he is.
Yo,
There he is.
what's happening, bro?
Nothing much, nothing much. He sound. Hold on, wait. Let me make sure it's not my sound before I
I sound
say
far.
something.
I sound far.
No, you good. No, I had to turn myself up. I had to turn myself up on my end. That's it. That's all I had to do, brother.
Yeah, sir, ski. What's up, man?
Nothing
Ain't heard from
much,
you a while. Where you been?
man. I've been in the same place.
Working. I know how I go.
Same place, man. I've been home this week, so
Yeah. I'm with
I
it.
gotta go out to Dallas next week. So it's only for a couple of days. I think either it's either gonna be like Monday through Wednesday or Wednesday through Friday. So,
Okay. That ain't bad. Yeah, that ain't bad.
nah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
They were trying to get me to go out to Dallas this weekend, and we can't do that part.
Hold on. That's all. Oh, crazy.
Huh?
Oh, crazy.
But yeah, so they tried to get me out of Dallas this weekend. I was like, I can't do it this weekend. So got plans, but I do gotta I do gotta go out to Dallas next week. I'm not fooling with Tahir, man. No, he gonna try to sell me that protein. I don't I'm good the protein I got now. She said I should go see somebody out in Dallas. He in like nutrients and stuff like that.
Okay.
I think I texted her. We was talking about it a couple weeks ago, and she texted him, and he like immediately got on. Like, you need something?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of protein you use? And I'm like, I'm not looking to buy protein. But apparently they said the protein powders in little dissolvable packets, so it's portable. So I just carry around the big tote I got. Where that big tote is. I just carry that bad boy around. It don't matter to me.
Hey, brother, let me just tell you, man. I need you to come on all P's and Q's this weekend. You,
What?
Halls. Because last time I went, was it yesterday or Monday? One of them days, I played with some young boys, and they was popping big boys. And I had to realize like that I'm almost 30 now, so I couldn't get engaged like I wanted to because I was like I do you bad right now. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, if they show up, I just need y'all boys to be on one accord. It's supposed to be deep because I think you said you and House coming. Myself, obviously. My brother Wayne's kids said he gonna come. So, and then I think Neil, and I got to tell my boy L, he might slide through.
Yeah, so if everybody comes who they say is gonna come, it's
Yeah.
gonna be from my side. It's gonna be me, Hoss, Taz, Terrell, and Alex.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so
We're
we'll
gonna get some
see.
run then. Yeah,
Oh
we're
yeah,
gonna get some
yeah,
run
yeah,
then.
yeah. Oh, I look. Listen, I had to send that to you in the voice message, not in the
Get the
text message, because I
fuck
need you to understand how serious I was.
out.
I was serious.
And remind me, I gotta send you this JJ Redick shooting regimen I've been on. Boy, my arms hurt so bad. But it's like 342 jump shots.
Boy, I can't do it. I can't do it. I had chest day Monday,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm gonna try out another workout. So I did this push-up routine on YouTube. It was 13 minutes, brother. I'm talking about like by minute 5, arms shaking. By minute 7, I'm like, I can't even finish. Like,
oh yeah.
It was one segment. It was like I only had to do 8 push-ups. I couldn't finish.
I mean, what you be finding this? Because you're the same person to do P90. That's not happening.
Man, I got to minute 13. I was like, bro, I knew it was gonna be bad because my chest and arms ain't felt like that in a minute. And yesterday waking up, I was like, okay, I'm kind of sore. But today waking up, I was like,
oh yeah. That's that second day I wasn't worse.
oh,
Imagine like working on a buzzer.
Man, that was hurt. I was hurt. But yeah, now I'm excited about this weekend. That's one of the reasons why I was like, man, I can't go to Dallas. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go. So I hit up Terrell. Terrell said he cool with it. Taz. So I mean, you know, if they really do pull through, I know Alex is on injury reserve. So he got bum knee. So he said I got cleared by my physical therapist today to play this weekend. I'm like, nigga. So he said he gonna play like 1 or 2 games. I was like, bro, you can't. There's no way you could play the hey mom. There's no way you could play. There's no way you can play that many games. After what he just told me, what he said he has swelling in his knee, in his muscles and his bone. I don't know if it's a typo, but he said it was in his bone too. I was like, I don't think you need to be hooping.
Yeah, you need to go to the doctor for real.
Yeah, I don't even think you need to be hooping. So
you might need surgery.
I'm gonna let the thing fly. I feel like, so here's the thing. Here's the funny part. I was talking to Hoss, right? Hoss was like, Hoss was talking about how he didn't got older now. He said, you know, get me in the half court offense. I work out of the post. I'm like, okay, that's another Alex. Another Alex with handles. And then I know how you get, like, you don't start trying to get buckets until they get under your skin.
That's a fact.
So then I know Taz ain't shoot first type of person. So I was like, bro, I'm gonna put that thing up. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna come with that thing firing as soon as I touch the ball, firing. So like I said,
we can't be on tape. I'm gonna just go ahead and stand on the other side of the court.
Hey, if you want the ball to move around, you want some motion in your offense, don't let me see the ball until y'all ready for it to go up, because I'm shooting, pulling it.
It's only funny because I know you dead serious. That's why it's funny. That's why it's hilarious. Bro.
Hey, it's rare I say this, and every time I say it though, I'm talking about pulling.
I'll never forget, boy. I don't know where we was at, bro. We was hooping. I think you hit like 2 in a row. Then you came out of court and said, he checked, bang. I'm done. That shit was so funny to me, bro. He said he checked before he even put it up and it hit the other side. That shit was so funny, bro. Oh my God. He said he checked, bang. I'm done. I said, yo, this nigga's crazy.
Did I hit it? I mean,
nah, you hit the other side of the goal.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's why you was I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, that's
that
all right.
So funny, bro.
That's all right. That's all right. If they happen the ball, I hit 2 in a row the ball. I'm coming down, pulling off fast break.
He checked. I can't remember. We might have been in a borough somewhere.
Probably.
Well, that was funny
too. Yeah, that's That's a hey. All I know is if we start off doing like the around the world warm up, that's when I'm really feeling my best.
Oh, I got a warm up, but we can
going into the game. We do it around the world warm up from the 3-point line. That's why I'm feeling my best.
You know, you're talking about 10 to 2, it ain't gonna be a lot of it there early.
It don't matter. I told Terrell Taz, like, I'm leaving at 8:30. I need to be in Greensboro by 9:30. I need to be one of the first people at the door because I need to warm up.
Oh yeah.
Because Terrell was like, open runs. You trying to go open runs? He's like, I ain't hooped since last year. I'm like, I'm gonna go warm up. I'm need to see that thing go in a couple of times. So I was like, I think Taz said he got checked with DC to make sure he good to go, but Terrell said he good to go. So
okay,
it's actually be my first time meeting Hoss in person, believe it or not.
I know that's what you told me last time we were supposed to hoop.
Yeah, so apparently he like 6'1". But what?
Yeah.
Why are these niggas getting this hype from? Why wasn't I giving it?
And why how y'all keep being our friends? Like that.
That blow me. But yeah, I know. I was like, I gotta be on time. I gotta be early. I gotta get there on time because I need to
tell you. I don't know if I need to know if y'all coming to the crib first. We're going straight to the gym because we're going straight to the gym. I'm gonna be at the door at 9:45.
Oh, I said I was meet you at your crib first.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah, I'm meet you at your crib first.
That's all I need to know.
Because I'm gonna need to get there on time. As soon as I open up the door, I gotta put up some shots.
As soon as y'all walk in,
you said community center, like the rec center. I already knew it was gonna be some run because them doors be opening up.
Oh yeah.
Nobody be feeling like paying like that $15 to go to Gold's Gym.
Nah, I went Monday and Tuesday, and yeah, it'd be some running there. It'd be a lot of running there for real. They just kind of come in a little later, and I'd be like, for Monday and Tuesday, I was just trying to really get my feet back wet because, like I said, I hadn't put up no. Is
the pictures where you be taking on your Instagram on your story?
Mm-hmm. That court you seen me posted Monday, yeah,
that's a nice court.
Yeah, they redid it. So Fairchild is Fairchild, the community center itself is where the minor league team play. They got their own baseball field.
Oh, okay.
Right. So you're gonna see a bunch of baseball fields. That you're gonna see the community center. They redid the floors in it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a nice court. So I'm ready. That's all I've been focused on. So I've been focused on making sure I'm ready, healthy, super healthy.
I'm finna stretch after this. Yoga stretch. You're gonna talk about whole 30 minutes.
Whole 30 minutes, boy. Whole 30 minutes. All right, let's get this thing started. Hey, I got something for you today, though. It's kind of funny. You about to see. It's kind of funny. We'll get to that in a little bit. Welcome back, sports fans, to the ugly truth, where we tell you what you need to know rather than what you want to hear. And sometimes it can get ugly. As always, we got a good one for you tonight. You guys know what time it is. Let's introduce my co-host. Yes, sir. One of the greatest sports minds I know. He has one of the meanest handles out there. Calm under pressure. The cleanest route runner to come out of High Point, North Carolina.
Oh, you going crazy.
I'm here with the one and only Rio, the God. Rio, how you doing tonight, man?
Very cool. What's up, bro? You gonna start something with that one now. Good God almighty. That's crazy. I didn't know you was gonna say that. I wasn't prepared for that one.
All right, man. It's true, man. It's true. All of it's true. I don't tell no lies right here. I'll tell no lies. As always, Rio and I would like to thank you guys for tuning in and supporting us. You. Whether you're watching this live or catching this stream later on.
Make sure y'all hit that like button too.
Also, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know, whether you're watching at home or at work on the toilet, still in company time, we appreciate it.
No doubt.
Thankful that you're watching, grateful that you're listening. So let's get into some sports. Rio.
Yo.
The first topic tonight, the Celtics sweep the Nets to advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals. And I got a little treat for your brother. We gonna take a trip back to memory lane. That's what we're gonna do. All right. You want to take a trip back to memory lane?
All
right, let's do this. Let's take a trip back to memory lane. You see my screen?
Not you at a PowerPoint.
All right, let's revisit some old Nets takes. Let's take a road trip, shall we?
Let's do
Let's take a road trip. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. The Brooklyn Nets journey. Yes, sir. All right. Not too long ago, my man Chris Broussard for First Thing First was riding with the Nets all year. And Nick Wright was telling them the whole year they have no team chemistry, they don't have good coaching, and they don't have a bench. The whole year, though, my man Chris Broussard he held on tight. Constantly saying the best duo in the league, man. I'm pretty sure you heard it, Rio. Pretty sure you heard it. The best skilled duo in the league. My man Chris Broussard, man, holding on tight there. And this was April 13th. This is a couple weeks ago. He still held strong as they were coming out of the play-in tournament. Next, we got this. Ben Simmons watching his team get swept. He said, watching my team get swept, I don't ever want to feel this way again. And then a good old fan said, come join the Nets and what happened again. Oh, man. This can't be true. This cannot be true. Yeah, man. We don't know, man. He tweeted this a couple years ago. He said, come join the Nets. We see what happens. On to the next one. How can we talk about the Nets being swept without talking about the Lakers not even making the playoffs? We cannot forget, even myself included, had this matchup going on, or the Bucks. I can't lie to you. When the preseason started, this is my pick. I can't lie, Rio. I had the Lakers making the finals. I said this. But as we can see, it ain't gonna happen. Let's move on to the next one. The infamous KD video after winning the Olympic gold medal. It's gonna be a problem for them boys out there in Boston this year. I don't think so. Boy. I don't think so. I think they have problems. I think the Nets have problems, not the Celtics. Last but not least, my favorite quote of the year. How could we forget this? I don't really see us having a head coach. KD could be a head coach. I could be a head coach some days. My man Kyrie Irving on the Nets coaching situation. Good God almighty. You got to love it. You got to love it, man. Thank you.
I like this thread, dog. It's good. I ain't think about it. You got me with that one.
Thank you for watching, man. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you watching my PowerPoint that I had for you.
Yeah, bro. I like that. It's a lot of good stuff in it.
A whole bunch of good stuff, man. I wish I could have got into, if we had more time, I would have got into the whole Skip Bayless riding on the KD train, the entire season. And what bothers me the most is the amount of excuses they give this man. And everybody else don't get nowhere near close the amount of excuses.
I guess my thing is, like, I think you just gotta wear it the same way. Like, I don't know why KD gets some. I don't know why people give KD the same excuse, because the same way you scrutinize LeBron James, the same way I'm gonna scrutinize KD. It's happening.
Exactly.
Doesn't change.
It don't change.
They don't change. At the end of the day, they didn't have the bench to compete. It just that's the overall thing. It doesn't matter what they would have did. KD and Kyrie were tired because they were never in really true playing shape, because one was coming off an injury, one was playing in and out, and Boston
one was playing 40 minutes a game.
Right. KD. And then Boston was already they was in peak form. There's nothing you can do with that. Even if they did win the series, they were going to run out of juice. You dig what I'm saying? So it didn't really matter. They weren't going to make it. Exactly. I mean, it just that James Harden trade hurt so bad because you gave up everything when you could have just ran with the two you had.
Pretty much. So for those who don't know, the Boston Celtics defeated the Brooklyn Nets 116-112 Monday night to complete their sweep in the first round of the playoff series and advance to the Eastern Conference semifinals. Boston responded with the series win against Brooklyn after losing to the Nets last year in 5 games. After all this said and done, after this entire series, what are your thoughts on it? And what do you think the Nets do after this, Rio?
Personally, my thoughts is I just being a Miami Heat fan, I've already written my guys being in that dance, the Eastern Conference, the championship, Eastern Conference championship, that is anyway. But overall, we have to be into in tune with what the Brooklyn Nets are doing. I think they stay with what they got, right? I think the biggest changes that we're going to see is a lot of moving pieces. You're going to have to let Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, those old bodies walk, and you're going to have to find guys that you can fill in a void. Like, I mean, I don't know if you watched it, bro, but I caught a couple games in that series, and like when your lineup is Gordon Dragic, Seth Curry, Kyrie Irving, KD, and Blake Griffin, or or Gordon Dragic, or I'm sorry, Kyrie, Patty Mills, Seth Curry, KD, and Nicholas Claxton. I mean, like, who's guarding anybody in that five? Nobody. Nobody's a true defender in there. The only
Your best defender is KD.
And he got to be more used on the opposing end, right?
Right.
You don't need him to be the best defender. So it's like they had no chance in hell with that lineup to do anything. So for me, I think they make moves for us. Like, they're gonna let a lot of guys walk. I think they might keep Seth Curry, they might let Patty Mills walk. It's gonna be some changes. But that's not the way they can see. I can see themselves putting themselves back in that competition. Oh, maybe not that competition, but that championship contender mindset. I mean, Blake Griffin got to walk. I love Blake, but it's time.
It is time, and who would have thought? It wasn't. I'm old enough to remember Lob City. I'm old enough to remember when Blake Griffin got traded to the Pistons, or did he sign to the Pistons?
I think he got traded to the Pistons.
He got traded to the Pistons, but then he signed that extension with the Pistons, though. He got a ton of money.
Yeah, because he came in and played well. He was averaging like 22 and like 10, I think.
So I'm old enough to remember that Blake Griffin. And it's kind of crazy to see the tail end of his career. And I was talking to Phil about this. You got to kind of put it in perspective. We've gotten so accustomed to LeBron James still scoring, still being LeBron James at the late age he is now. Was it 36, 37? And we kind of expect that from everybody now, which is not the case. Like, we were talking about James Harden and how James Harden has slowed down. I was like, 13 years is a full career. He's played 13 years. Yeah. So he's not LeBron. I got to kind of expect now that some of these players got to start to slow down. They got to start to not be that explosive player who we've loved and who we watched over the years. And even if it's not the explosive ones, like I did mention James Harden, or even, whether it's KD playing too many minutes and being tired, but he's played a long time. Was it 15 seasons?
14, 15 seasons. Yeah,
so
2 years before James
Harden. That's a career. Like, sometimes at some point in time, these guys got to start to slow down.
Yeah.
They can't be the same prolific scorers that we've loved and we watched over the years. Everybody's not LeBron James.
Who said it? Who said it? Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, KD said on the offseason, LeBron works on his body, I work on my craft. Well, eventually it's going to catch up if you don't work on your body, right? So I think it's starting to catch up just a little bit. But the thing that got under my skin is that, well, along with all the excuses that everybody was making for the Nets, at the end of the day, these games weren't blowouts. Matter of fact, they had the lead for like most of the time. And I think one of them, they were up by 20 last week. When I was in Chicago, they were up by 20. And they blew that lead to the Boston Celtics. We were doing the podcast. It was last Wednesday.
That's right.
And KD averaging, was it 26 points, like barely 38% shooting, and then like 33% from three, and like 5 rebounds. But I think he had like 5 turnovers, like 6 assists. Right. And he plays so bad that people started questioning whether or not Jason Tatum was like, it's starting to pass KD. Like, that was thrown around this week.
Yeah.
On shows.
I mean, it was bound to happen only because, if the student now surpasses or beats the teacher, eventually it's going to happen. It's just that's how the talks start. But we still have to realize in the same breath that this is where I think my frustration comes in with the situation. We'd rather bash Brooklyn Nets instead of give the Celtics credit.
Oh yeah,
That's where my
yeah,
frustration is. It's fine that KD and Kyrie are who they are, but the overall situation is that Ime and the Boston Celtics did what they were supposed to do. They made everything uncomfortable for those guys. KD never seen clean looks. They made help at the right time. Kyrie he never got one-on-one. You know what I mean? He never got to where they are the greatest for the
yeah,
craft, right? So I think that's my frustration. Like for me, bashing is bashing because I'm gonna bash. If I'm not gonna bash you, because just how the game goes. But it's like everybody rather say the Brooklyn Nets failed instead of saying the Celtics did what they were supposed to do.
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
So
which will always be the case because the bigger
yeah,
names are on the Brooklyn Nets.
right.
So you're gonna push that towards, you're gonna push that towards more so the teams that don't have the bigger names. Because they did the same thing with the Lakers. Like every time the Lakers lost, it was either on Russell Westbrook,
Yeah,
LeBron James, or AD. When in
never yeah,
turn, it was the other team just stomping the shit out of us.
yeah.
You
In
know,
reality, right?
in
So
reality, right? Because you still got to beat us at the end of the day. You still got
right,
to
right.
win. We're not just going to
But
roll over.
and this is where people have to start understanding too. Not we know this, but like people have to start understanding like it's a young man's game.
Yeah.
Tre'Davious White said that to Shady, not Tre'Davious White. I'm sorry. What's my boy name? That retired mid game. You know who I'm talking about in the NFL, Buffalo
Oh,
Bills.
he played for the Jets.
He played for the Buffalo Bills. It was
The Bills. My bad. My
it
bad. The
was
Bills. It was
what's
one of those
Vontez?
franchises.
Vontez. What is his name? What's his last name?
I can't remember his name.
Anyway,
I know
I
exactly
know,
what
I
you're talking
know that was the year that Shady McCoy was there, and he said, "Hey, this is a young man's game," and people fail to realize, like, at some point in time, bro, as you get older, you're gonna fall off. You know what I mean, somebody has to take the throne, right? So JT came in on a strong note. Like, let's go ahead and get that what it is, right? JT came in on a strong note. He took Bron and that Celtics team took Bron and them to, what was it, 6 games, I think.
Yeah.
And they were young then, right? So everybody would say, the whole well, LeBron James beat this team. I said, well, that team was also immature, right?
Mm-hmm.
That team's came a long way from what they were. So JT's coming into his own superstar. JB's an all-star, almost at that star level, right? Yeah, I mean, so it's like Marcus Smart was just DPOY of the year, and he's always been this person. But now you're starting to understand.
All three of them are entering their prime at the same time.
Exactly, right? So you add Al Horford, who's a good vet to have because he's been at the top of the throne before, right? With the Hawks, right? So then you got Dan Tice, then you got Robert Williams, who's a good young big, athletic, runs the court, block shots. So and then you add Ime because he's a defensive minded coach, but but you had a good staff around him. So you go from Brad Stevens to Ime, I forgot to say his name, whatever his last name is. But it's like, I guess for me, man, it's like I hate that entire little thing because, I mean, like you said, it happens with the Lakers. Lakers lose, or LeBron James ain't the same person. Russell Westbrook ain't the same person. It's kind of like, hey, man, we got to start giving these teams that's actually winning credit because they have to you still have to go out there and play basketball at the end of the day. I don't care who's out there. And then on top of that, it's not a two-man game anymore. It's not where one guy can dominate this entire game. You need guys in order to be able to get over the hump. Having a series of guys is just having a couple guys. You need those guys in order to make the change in this basketball thing. It's not just going to be, oh, well, he's the best player in the world, so he's automatically got to win. It's not going to happen like that. It's never happened like that for one, but that's how the media portrays it. So I wish it would be more so the Celtics won. The Celtics were the better team instead of the Brooklyn Nets failing. But as you stated before, right, it's just the bigger names are always going to get the headlines.
Yeah, and it's so I kind of want to get into that a little bit. In your mind, has Jason Tatum risen to that upper echelon superstar level, or is he still on the verge of becoming a superstar? We had a conversation about this a couple of months ago during one of our podcast episodes. We talked about him teeter-tottering on all-star to superstar. Where do you think he's at now? Do you think he's busted through the door of the superstardom, or you think he's still just an upper echelon all-star?
Nah, he's busting through that door because I think what we have to put in perspective, like I said, I watched some of those games. You have to watch the defense he was playing on Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Like, many guys don't take that task head on and succeed, right?
No, that's a fact.
I mean, and he took that task head on and succeeded. I mean, a couple block shots, a lot of block shots, a lot of forced turnovers. But still, I mean, he made Kevin Durant uncomfortable, completely uncomfortable, which we've never seen before. And I think that's what takes you to that upper echelon, because we know he can score. We knew that before he walked into the NBA. We knew he could score. That's just another level to the game, right? That's your main game. But for you to say, Coach, put me on Kevin Durant and let's do this shit, that's what puts you in the upper echelon. That now makes you a superstar. Now it says, I'm low key running. I'm running with the Bulls out here. You know what I mean? Like I'm no longer sitting in the back seat. I'm running with the big dogs. If you want to talk about Giannis, you got to talk about me. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And the positive about it is that you're surrounded by a good team. I guess a very good team. I can say great shit, but you're surrounded with guys like Jaylen Brown who can hold their own. You know what I mean? Marcus Smart can hold their own. So for me, I think you have to say he's busting through that door. And I know we made that list, and I think I had Jason Tatum towards the latter part. Actually, I think I had a midway. But I think if I was putting Devin Booker and those guys up there, you now have to place him in that upper echelon at that third category, fourth place, if not first or second, depending on who you put there. Because a lot of people are gonna put Luka there. We know how that goes.
Yeah, so if you had to go, right, so you kind of think about it in somewhat of a pyramid. You got Giannis at the top, right? I think he, as of right now, is kind of in the category in his own. He's just really, there's nothing you could do with him whatsoever. And I think where it kind of gets hard is coming up with that second group, because that second group is where you have your LeBron James, your KD, right? Do you have room for a third spot in that second group, right? Do you have a room for your Joel Embiid's, your Jokic, or your Steph Curry's or Lucas, or do you just go on to the next group under there?
I think with that's the tough part about it, because I think when you apply, you still have to look at what JoJo's doing, right? I mean, you still got to look at what JoJo's doing. You still got to look at what Nicole's doing. So I think they're still in that tier, because I mean they are there. Like I mean they are there. So I think you still have to apply them there. I guess at that point, the question really truthfully is, do you throw Jason Tatum in that category?
I mean, as of right now, I do, right? I
think you have to, right?
My superstar list would have, because you can't just throw the term superstar around. You can't.
That's true.
My superstar list would have Giannis, LeBron, KD, that's 3. Luka, Steph, Jokic, Joel Embiid. That's the top 7 right there, right? I think Jason Tatum takes that 8th spot. I feel like your top 10 players for the most part in the NBA are your superstars. I think Jason Tatum takes that 8th spot. The last 2 spots would be, if we ever see it again, a healthy Kawhi or a healthy AD or that Devin Booker spot. I mean, or Devin Booker. Like those 3 right there, I feel like they kind of fight for that last spot.
That's fair.
In the superstar realm. But so yeah, I mean, I think he's up there, man. I think he solidified his spot, because like you said, I think KD shot like 4-17 when Jason Tatum was on him.
Yeah.
And had like the highest turnover ratio to like a turnover to assist ratio. It was
that's right.
And he played. There was a lot of times where he was playing 1v1 defense. There's a lot of times he was by himself on an island. And then once KD kind of crashed and got to the spot, they were bringing that second person. But Jason Tatum had to make him comfortable enough to not take his first option. I'm to the point where, like, you're not going to shoot over me. You're going to have to get to your dribble to your spot. And then once you do that, then the help comes.
I got help. But the problem is that, go ahead.
No, we're saying there's some times where the help didn't come. He's by himself.
Yeah, it was just,
he did a great job playing defense on him.
And the great thing about it is that I think a lot of people have to realize is that the kid came in at 19, right? And he grew 3 more inches. So the kid is legit 6'10".
Duke product. Yeah,
that's fair. I hate he went to Duke, because trust me, I was watching his tape long before he committed to Duke, and I was hurt. But he's not. I mean, a lot of guys don't take that task on head on. Giannis, JT, about the only 2 you probably see. Maybe Kawhi Leonard when healthy, right?
But wait, before you say that, I like the Bucks' defensive mind, I don't know if you've seen them play defense a lot lately when it comes to a superstar in the final moments. In the final moments, they kind of switched to like a floater zone because I was wondering what was going on. They kind of switched like a floater zone where they have Chris Middleton or Drew Holiday guarding the best perimeter player, and the only person that comes helps is Giannis, which is smart as shit. So I noticed it when like against the Bulls this series and against like the later part of the season, when they like when they played the Nets. They had, I think, Drew Holiday on KD, and I'm like, why are they doing this? But then as soon as KD got to the spot, the only person helping was Giannis. And I was like, that's smart. Because if KD beats Giannis off the dribble, who's there to help? So if that's your superstar is beating somebody off the dribble, which most likely will happen because it's harder to guard these days. It's Giannis has been the one that's been helping. I was like, damn, that's smart as shit. Instead of him being your first line of defense, he's your last line of defense. And, he can most likely guarantee that he's going to be there, so that was pretty smart. But yeah, there's some situations where Giannis does take on the best player throughout the game. But I did like that defensive mind that they have or that defensive scheme they run because that's really smart. So it's pretty cool to watch. But yeah, no, it's I think Jason Tatum makes that. And
he cracks that top 10 for sure.
Oh yeah. And I think Giannis is going to solidify himself as the best player in the league the next series. I don't understand. I low-key don't understand why he has to reassure everybody, because I hear a lot of people saying if Giannis beats the Celtics or Giannis shows up against the Celtics, then it's really going to be true whether or not he's the best player in the league. It's like, but why?
Oh, because it's we have to have something to talk about, brother. Yeah. It's the only way to make something to talk about, right? Because we don't have to question who the best player in the league right now is.
No, it's Giannis. Like, why does he have to reassure?
He's the team to beat. Like, the role goes through Milwaukee. Like, they just came off a championship, right? So therefore, it goes through them again. It's not questionable. KD's no longer walking in this tournament, right? In the playoffs, correct, right?
Yeah.
LeBron James didn't make it to the playoffs. So
yeah.
How much more certain does he have to do? I mean, we see what it is. Like, it's okay to accept that he's the best player. It's time to move on.
It is.
It's time to move on.
It's time to move on. It's been forever. Was LeBron. Forever. Right. It was LeBron. Right. It's and then for a short stint, it was KD.
Right.
And so now it's time to.
We had like Jordan didn't get passed. Jordan got passed. Got passed. Kobe had his glance. Then LeBron James took over. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the game. It's everybody has to earn their stripes. He already earned his stripes.
How do you feel about that Charles Barkley comment about him riding the bus, not driving the bus?
Oh yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious, actually. It did something to that boy, because that boy went on an IG spree, didn't he?
Or IG spree, started posting pictures. I'm telling you, bro, KD's not dumb. But a lot of KD fans are,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying dumb, but I'm just saying like kind of like blinded to the fact that he's a champion. Yeah, he has 2 rings, but he wasn't driving that bus. Get he won Finals MVP, just like Andre Iguodala won Finals MVP that year. Mm-hmm. He won't drive in that bus.
But people
we all know who's driving that bus at Golden State.
Yeah. I mean, everybody needs to know and understand that the type of player that Stephen Curry is, bro. That's what gets you looks. That's what allows you to be you, because this is a man you got to trick once you cross half court. Like, when the nigga when he opened his door to his car, you need to be guarded. Yeah, like, you got to guard him for the parking lot. That's how serious it is. So, like, of course, it's easy to dominate in that scenario, because
you can't leave. You couldn't leave Klay Thompson. You couldn't leave Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
So what do? You play small ball because of Draymond, and then you leave Draymond's open, right? But then at the same point in time, Draymond's gonna be smart enough to be like, move the ball.
Let's run the offense. Yeah.
He's gonna you leave Draymond open. He's not gonna take that 3. He's gonna go straight to the bucket, and somebody's gonna crash.
Yeah.
So it happens all the time. It literally happens all the time. I see it happen all the time when people play defense in Golden State. Yeah. They leave Draymond open. That's the helping man. And Draymond doesn't take the 3. He goes straight to the basket.
Whether he missed or not, somebody cleans up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They found a kick.
Yeah. You have to drop. Somebody has to collapse and help. You're going to kick. Unless it's just an easy two.
Like, Dre have 6 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals. People be like, oh, Draymond's overrated. I guess we forget like the purpose behind being a basketball player, right? Like, it's not about just scoring. He does everything on the court.
Everything else that Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson
don't do, he does.
He does. That team does not win those championships without Draymond Green.
No, hell no.
You saw what happened when he couldn't play against Cleveland.
Let's just be honest. Like, if he played, they probably win that series.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. We have to be real. Like, because it's like, it's not that Steph can't be a point guard, but his strong suit is being a scorer. Right. So it's you need the guy who runs the offense available. Right. And he's the best communicator. Run the defense. Yeah, and he's the best communicator. Like,
the best communicator. He out there giving
2 times.
He out there giving
Jokic
fits.
Man, at 6'7".
6'7". All of
6'7", 230, because he lost weight. He on vegan.
Give him fits.
Joker out there 7 feet 270, struggling. Mad because he ain't getting no calls. But that's good defense.
Yeah, he's playing awesome defense. So yeah, and then one more final thing I want to hit on with this Brooklyn Nets thing is I will give KD a little bit of saving grace because Kyrie did not show up like at all. He had the first game with 39 points. After that, he was stinky butt. And he was like refusing to like even score at some points at the time. Like, he was just like a complete no-show. The second game, 10 points. Third game, 16 points. Fourth game, 20 points. What am I supposed to do with that?
When you watch it, like, he was mad at KD for not being assertive, but it's like, I'm not getting typical looks, brother.
No, they going crazy.
I need you to be that helping hand.
Yeah, they are going absolutely bananas. Like, they were not.
KD's not going to beat us.
He's not.
That's what the overall goal was. KD, make everybody else beat us.
Claxton will have to beat us.
Claxton can't score. He's a good fit, good backup center.
He will have to beat us.
But boy, Blake Griffin came in and was shooting like that boy needed the minutes. That was desperation. That was I still need to be on this roster next year trying to get paid. That's what that was.
And he played well. And they did the same. They're doing the same thing with the Timberwolves in Memphis, right? They're like, Ja, you can't be. We'll let Desmond Baines give us 40 every night. Yeah, you best believe you can't give us 40.
Ja had 30 last night though.
It wasn't until the fourth quarter until Patrick Beverly did that he too small. He gave him 16 in the quarter.
Oh yeah, but see, Patrick been getting away with that a couple times now. But the thing about it is, like, it's another thing, right? When we come in that situation where it's like we have, like, my man Zay did this other day. He was like, Josh shooting horrible. I said, you have to credit the defense, man. Yeah, like, you have to see how they're playing it. They're not allowing him to get to his spots. They're running him off. They're making him give the ball up. But when he come across half, he got to get a rock up because it's already seeing a double team. Like, it's credit to that. So the shots he get, he's never comfortable, and that's what good defense is. So you can't say he isn't a good player. That's what we can't do, right? We have to understand that this is bigger than just saying he's not a good player. That's just credit to Coach Finch for understanding. Okay, we're not going to allow him to beat us. You're going to have to use Cal Anderson.
I tried to tell Phil. Because he was like, I didn't have Memphis being one of my top teams coming out of the West, out of the playoffs. And he was like, they're the number 2 seed. I said it slows down in the playoffs, man. I was like, people play different type of defenses in the playoffs. And we've seen it time in and time out. You ain't got a jump shot.
Yeah.
They gonna collapse that paint. They're gonna collapse that paint. And so you struggling again. And like I said, we're gonna give credit to the Timberwolves. At the end of the day, you did score the most points in the paint throughout the entire NBA.
Yeah.
You're struggling against the 8th seed, who's coming out. No, the 7th seed who's coming out of the playing tournament. And they're about the same age as you, around the same age as you, but they lack consistency. And you're gonna run up against one of these teams in the West in the next round that's not gonna give up a 20-point lead.
No,
it's just not gonna happen.
No,
and they're gonna play the same type of defense.
No, if you see the Suns who just came off a championship, right, with this veteran shit they running, not happening, right?
No,
I mean, if you see Golden State, it's definitely not happening because they already know who you are. Draymond's already giving you proper credit right during the season. So you already know he's already 10 steps ahead of you before you get here, right? So like you said before, we're going to allow Desmond Bane, who's a gunner. He's going to have to score 60 in order for that to change.
And we okay.
Yeah,
we okay with it.
I'm not banking on anybody scoring 60 a night in the playoffs. Of course not. No. And I mean, who else do you rely on if Ja or Desmond Bane is scoring or aren't scoring? Kyle Anderson, Brandon Clark, Steven Adams, Jaren Jackson can't stay out of foul trouble.
So they got Golden State next round. If they beat the Timberwolves, they got Golden State next round, and best believe they're not giving up leads.
No,
they've been here before. They're done this. They're a veteran team. They up by 20. They're gonna end the game by 20.
Yeah, you might lose by 30. You might lose by 40 if they're feeling good.
It's a different environment up there in the Oracle. I don't that place is about as crazy as when the Heat had LeBron and y'all was doing the whiteout for those games.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Oracle doesn't play around.
It's rocking. The Oracle's rocking.
Stephen Curry hits that 3 in the fourth quarter. Everybody to piss themselves. Everybody going crazy.
You can hear it erupt. You can hear it erupt out there.
That was watching his TikTok. It was like this dude who sat on the couch crying. He's like, when your team down by 20 and Steph Curry hit another 3 in the fourth quarter and dude be like, bye.
Oh, Mike, what's his name? Yeah. That's so painful. That's so painful. Way to go. I'm telling you, bro. And it's crazy because I love Ja. I told you I've been around the Ja train for a minute because like I'm he's becoming my favorite player outside of Dame Dollar, right? Because D-Wade no longer hoops. So, but I know that's why we talked about like the glimpses. The glimpses is definitely Derrick Rose, right? So therefore, even if he does advance, right, you have to get into the lab of becoming. He has
to learn from Derrick Rose's mistakes and become a better jumper. He has to, because we've seen how many players have we seen be able to sustain that type of explosiveness into their career?
It's only a few.
And the people who didn't, we're watching them suffer. Like we watched Derrick Rose didn't acquire a jump shot till he got injured, right? He was forced to get a jump shot.
Yeah.
Let's look at another person. Russell Westbrook.
Right.
Never acquired a jump shot, continuously just relied on his athleticism. And we're seeing it now. Like teams are like 5 feet from him. Shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Shoot it.
That's the problem. It's not the fact that you, because like my thing is, when did you become such a bad shooter? Because you were able to shoot beforehand, but it's like, I don't know, mechanics change. Because when you watch Russell Westbrook shoot, it's like his mechanics have changed a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like
I just honestly think he wasn't putting in time
mentally. Yeah, I think maybe mentally it was checked out too, right? So
I think he was fine getting his triple doubles, his MVP. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't need to change anything, but Ja needs to learn from what's mistakes, and Derrick Rose mistakes. Mm-hmm. He needs to get a jump shot. He needs to get a jump shot quick. Because you saw Giannis dominate, and he's doing it. Yeah. He's won two MVPs and championship, and he's like, I need a jump shot.
Yeah. What's crazy is that Ja isn't a bad shooter. I think it's just relying on what makes you Ja Morant.
I don't think he's a bad shooter, but he's definitely below average.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you're a horrible shooter.
He's not horrible. He's not like Andre Roberson. But
I think he shot 36% from 3 this year, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, average. I don't want you to be, and that's also on like maybe 2 attempts, 3 attempts, maybe in that loss, right? I just need you to understand that you have to get into the bag of midi. I'm not saying you got to be consistent mid-range jump shooter, but be able to shoot it. Be able to
because on top of the explosiveness, he's not big, so he's out there banging bodies against all these bigger bodies, hitting the ground, falling. That catches up.
Yeah, quickly. I mean, we watch AI do it for years. You see how his game changed a lot.
Oh, he got that mid-range.
Yeah.
I need that.
Taking about 6 foot, all of 170. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you can't
like you say, like we always talk about, man. The game slows down completely. You can't.
In the playoffs,
you can't run everybody to death. And then when you start facing these veteran teams who has this experience, or have these guys that's been here before, they're just gonna outwit you. They're gonna outwit you.
At the end of the day, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna start literally doing what the Timberwolves are doing. They're gonna start bringing in players off the bench, literally just to take a charge. literally just to sit in the paint. As soon as you come in, fast, bull and China shop, they're gonna take a charge, get you in foul trouble, and you're gonna start second guessing. So now you're like, what am I supposed to do now?
Because early on, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, you have to be able to change it to go to that second level of a mid range or a corner three, right, or something in order to switch up the defense, because that was Giannis failed to make it out of the second round when they built that wall, and they was like, we're just not gonna let you get in the paint. And so he realized that real quick, like I have to establish some type of a jump shot, some type of that 15-foot range, something, because defenses are just walling me off, taking charges.
This is the discomfort we have with Rudy Gobert, right? Like, but I'm just being honest. Like, this is the discomfort we have with Rudy Gobert because, bro, you're 7 feet. We know you are a good defender, rim protector. Let's put it that way, right? We know you're going to play the lob game because that's who you are. Being able to shoot a 15 to 7 foot jump shot at 38% is very, very respectable, and it's also it'll make the Utah Jazz go over the hump, because you know for a fact who they're going to get their points from. We know they have to go to Donovan Mitchell. We know they have to go to Michael Conley. You no longer have Joe Ingles, right?
And Michael Conley he's getting up there in age. He's getting up there in age.
Michael Conley's on the other side.
We have to understand that everybody can't be LeBron. Everybody has to start falling off at some point in time.
That's a God's blessing is what LeBron is, dog.
Yeah.
Like nobody's gonna I don't think anybody's gonna be able to sustain that longevity. I don't think so.
So like Michael Conley's been
34?
in the league for
He's 34, 35.
When he get drafted? 2007? What's that? 15 years.
That's 15 years. How old is he?
He is 34.
34. Yeah.
So he's at the 15 years in the league is a career. He's pretty much.
Yeah, and you got to sustain the fact that we also got to remember the fact that he put everything in Memphis.
Yeah, everything.
He put everything he had in Memphis.
Everything he had in Memphis.
You got Michael Conley on the last leg for sure. You lucky to get another 2 years out of Michael Conley at a decent level.
You lucky, and so it's
mandatory especially when you start getting that in that All-Star. Like if Rudy Gobert had some type of game outside of being who he was, I think a lot of people would have more. He would have more of a fan base. I put it like that. But it's like, you look at him like, bro, what do you get off the court? Because what are you here for?
So let's transition into that topic, into that question, right? With the remaining teams in the playoffs, who do you see coming out of the East and the West? Who your top two teams you think are going to meet in the finals?
That West is crazy, man. Honestly, man, I think I think if I had to be real, I think I would say the Warriors and Miami.
Well, you sticking with the Miami pick?
I'm gonna stick with them until the wheels fall out.
So is it head over heart, or are you doing heart over head? Like, are you picking them because that's your team?
It's definitely head.
Okay. Oh, so you okay? I like that.
I think after watching us play, because I watched every game, I watched us play.
Yeah.
And I think just how if we can play at that level consistently and understand that what we have to play on the defensive end first. And if we stay on that side first, I think we can have a chance to compete at that level. And I think, at the end of the day, I know who we're going to probably end up seeing. We're going to probably end up seeing Giannis. But it's just call it what it is, right? I think that's what we all think. If it ends up being the Celtics, then therefore we might be talking a little different battle, because I think they have more scores than the other two teams that are
most definitely,
right?
Most definitely.
So we have 7-8 guys, right? And obviously, we know where we're going with that. But I think if I'm being honest, I'm choosing head over heart. And in the West, I think I'm just kind of like, it's hard to bank against what the Warriors are doing. And honestly, I think it just depends on what Devin Booker comes to play, right?
I'm sorry, in my opinion, he's done. And I'm gonna be, just as well as I know, unless Devin Booker can rest the entire series, the next series, it's a hamstring, and you can't. The only thing you can do with a hamstring is rest. That's it.
Yeah, we know that.
So if he's able to, and it's gonna be tough, because he's going to be going up against. I'm betting Dallas if I had to put money on it.
Yeah,
That's a tough team to play against because you're not playing up against the 8th seed and the Pelicans, who's depending on BI, right?
yeah,
We know who BI is as a player. He's a prolific scorer. We know this, but he's not Luka Doncic.
yeah.
And Luka
That's your
Doncic, we
matchup.
just spoke about. He's a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
You're going up against an all-star, and they're going to be going up against a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need Devin Booker.
Mm-hmm.
Because Luka Doncic not only can score on his own, but he can make everybody else around him better.
That's true.
So that's going to be tough. And I don't think it's going to be tough for him to come back next series to go up against the Dallas Mavericks. It's a pretty good basketball team. And if it was anything else, bro, if he would have rolled his ankle, if he would,
no, I'm with you.
Even a sprain, like, ACL or something like that, right? That heals a lot quicker than a hamstring.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be tough because just as well as anybody knows, the athlete, you make that twitchy movement because that's all your hamstring is.
Yeah,
your hamstring is you being able to twitch fast enough.
Yeah, it's just
he gonna step the wrong way. Yeah. So, with that being said, man, I got Golden State coming out of the West.
I think I'm leaning toward me personally. I'm leaning towards that train. Honestly, I mean, I think if it ends up being obviously Dallas and Otis, I don't think Dallas has enough firepower to compete. Not the way that Steph, Jordan Poole, and Clay are playing. Right.
That's Jordan Poole's at the is. I don't want to hear nobody say shout out to the Golden State Warriors, draft team or the scouting team. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody saw this coming. Nobody. It's easy. It's easy when it's like a KD type of player, LeBron type of player.
Yeah.
Nobody saw Giannis coming. Nobody saw Steph coming. And
not to that superstardom that they're at.
Not to the superstardom.
You might have seen him being a good player, but not superstar.
Yeah. Of course, right? Because they did draft him high. Yeah, but at the same time, though, you didn't see him being a
three-time champion.
Three-time champion. What did they call it? When you Shannon Sharp says it all the time. Generational talent. There it is.
Okay.
Nobody saw Steph being generational talent, right? Because if he did, he would have got drafted number 1. The same with Giannis, generational talent, right?
He was a project.
Jordan Poole's effing crazy. It's like, who is this guy? Where he come from? And Golden State is using it. He's using it perfectly.
Yeah,
perfectly. I don't understand how they lose KD and get the light skinned KD, but they did. They did. And it's as for the East, man. So as I continue to watch the Heat play, it has made a lot tougher on my decision because y'all defense is crazy, and I need to see if it was the Hawks or if it was your defense. I need to see it. I want to say it's your defense because Trae Young is a superstar.
Yeah.
Well,
he's a star.
I'll give him all-star, upper echelon all-star.
Yeah, that's fair.
He did lead the league in total points.
Yeah.
And you hounded him. So
I mean, you threw different looks at him. I think that was the biggest thing. And I think one thing I will say, and this is crazy to say, but he's a North Carolina native, is the acquisition of PJ Tucker was huge.
Oh yeah.
It was huge. Yeah. First of all, coming off a championship for one, right? So he has championship pedigree. But not only that, if you watch him play defense, he's a menace to society because he can play 1 through 5. He can guard 1 through 5. Not only that, watching game 3, where he was primarily guarding Trae Young, and he was sliding them puppies the entire game, and Trae was getting no looks, that let me know that if we can get this potential PJ Tucker going forward, I think we managed to escape the Milwaukee Bucks. Personally, I do. First of all, you've been over there with Milwaukee, so you know what to expect. You've been in that offense. You've been in that defense. You know what to expect. You know how to attack that in weakness. I think as long as we stay healthy, I think we have the potential to compete.
You have them, and it's crazy because you got some defensive players over there. You got defensive players. You got Jimmy Butler, who I just heard a video today. For some odd reason, somebody said DeMar DeRozan is a better player than Jimmy Butler.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I was gonna get into that with you, but I'm gonna let it live. I've never crossed it. Like like I'm not going there right now, but go ahead.
We're not going there right now. We're not going there. If we got time, we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But I almost passed out when he said that. I was like, he stood by it too. He's like, I don't got to give a reason as to why I think DeMar DeRozan is better than Jimmy Butler, but he's better than Jimmy Butler. And I was like,
we know why. It's because offensively, DeMar DeRozan is so upper echelon, but it's like, it's not about just being an offensive player, bro. To be a complete basketball player is what takes you being who you are. Jimmy Butler's a complete basketball player. He can go for 30. He can be a point guard. He can be a big. He can guard. Out of all those things, what is DeMar DeRozan doing the greatest?
I mean, he's only a great scorer. He's not going to make your team better defensively. And offensively, I don't think he has much of a court vision. He has court vision. I think Jimmy Butler has a little bit better. I think if he had to put it on the grade, you give Jimmy Butler like an A-, give DeMar DeRozan like a B- when it comes to like playmaking. Was the
greatest people said he was, that San Antonio Spurs team would have been a playoff team.
It would have been.
That's just being real.
It would have been.
If he's better than Jimmy Butler, they would have been a playoff team.
Because every team Jimmy Butler has been on, I feel like has been a playoff.
Has been a playoff team.
That Minnesota Timberwolves team was he long enough to be in the postseason?
I'm trying to think. Did he go to Philly first? Did he go to Philly before they got to the postseason? Is that right?
I can't remember.
Was that the follow? I can't remember.
I think I don't know. But every team Jimmy Butler's been a part of, he's made them better. He made them better.
Getting it out the mud. Let's put it there, right? Because he joined that Chicago Bulls team, and he was also in that same echelon with Giannis and Steph Curry. As far as like never seen, nobody thought Jimmy Butler was going to be who Jimmy Butler is. No way.
Nobody did. Nobody thought he was going to have the thickest mustache in the bubble. That thing is crazy. He needed to shave that thing out there, porking Rachel Nichols. with that Fitz Wire mustache she had on, man. I know she won't into that. Ain't no way she thought that was cute.
Hey, that's funny.
That boy mustache was thick.
I think that's crazy in my opinion. Yeah, what does he play? 10 games in Minnesota? Well, actually played 59 games in Minnesota. Then he played 10 years. Then that following year, 2018, he went to Philly. Playoff team.
Yeah,
so
Minnesota was ready for that. Minnesota was ready for that. Minnesota is such a disappointment to me because ain't no way you got all them players and it's like you still just squeaking to the postseason. Is Cat who we think Cat is?
Cat's a good basketball player, but he's not the guy.
He's not that. He needs a guy. He needs a guy. I think Ant-Man's gonna be that guy.
Yeah,
but
Coach Fitz got to give him the keys completely.
He needs a guy because I think it was Shaq. I think it was Shaq or Chuck. They was like, but the Timberwolves are playing dumb. They playing dumb basketball.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that's kind of a fact because there's no way you lose a 20-point lead twice in one game. How do you give up a 20-point lead twice in one game?
You're not mentally prepared. You're not mentally prepared. You're not sound. You're not not sound.
And let's be honest. Like, when your leader on the court is Patrick Beverly, is bad. When your vocal leader on the court is Patrick Beverly, it's not a good sign for anybody because it's not Karl Anthony Towns.
Nah, and the thing about Ant's too cool.
Oh yeah, Ant's way too cool.
It's such thing as too cool. Like he has to get out of that. I guess people. I like to say we call it. We like to call it the Atlanta because that's what it is. He's just too weight. He's just too cool. He's too cool. Like you got to realize now you got to go to that next level. Like me.
You're like
I didn't hear you the first time. Like I hear you the first time. But that's my thing. Like Cat tried to play the aggressor, and it's funny because like Cat, me and my stepdad was talking about this. Cat, that's not you, bro.
Cat can't play the aggressor because Rio have a deeper voice than Cat, and Cat 7'1".
That's not you, bro. Like
have you heard Cat talk? Have you heard him talk?
It's about it's about as bad as Michael Thomas. You heard Michael Thomas talk? Oh my God, I was so confused when he was talking.
Listen, people view it. If you look at Karl Anthony Towns, you see how tall and how big he is. Please watch an interview of him talking. It doesn't match up. And I want you to not an interview, catch him when he's comfortable. Like a home video.
Yeah.
Or like him streaming a video game.
Yeah.
His voice is so high. Like there's no way. There's no way you're 7'1". There's no way. Ain't no way.
Word,
Ain't no
bro.
way.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, but we talked about this, bro. Like I said, D'Angelo Russell is the deciding factor in that series.
But where is he? But where is he?
That's
Where
what I'm
is
saying.
D'Angelo Russell?
But
He
that's
was
what I'm
just in
saying.
Brooklyn. I'm old enough to remember him having ice in his veins in Brooklyn, hitting all those crazy shots. Where
But
is
that's
that
my
D
thing,
Russell?
though, right? He's the deciding factor because at the end of the day, we know Ant and Cat gonna be themselves, Doc. When you acquire the third guy and you got D'Angelo Russell, who you just stated was lights out in Brooklyn, where are you at? You can't score 8 points a night and expect us to win because
No.
Cat's gonna get his 27. We know this. Nobody can check Cat.
He's gonna be almost falling out.
Ant's gonna have 25. We know this. He's a prolific scorer. He's gonna be soon to be one of the best scorers in the NBA. Where is D'Angelo Russell? Why are we getting more help from Malik Beasley, Jaden McDaniels, Torian? Why is Torian Prince touching the court? He's the 12th man on the roster.
Why? D'Angelo Russell should be giving you at least 20 and 9. Like that's all we asking.
You're a 6'6" point guard.
A 6'6" point guard.
You know they're not gonna. You know for a fact, Ja's not gonna check you because why? Because they're trying to conserve. They're trying to use him to conserve for the offense. He's not gonna check you. So you're gonna get there. You're not gonna get Desmond Bane because they need him offensively too. So you're gonna get what? Kyle Anderson. You should blow by him, right?
Because their best defender. What's his name? Light skin dude, ugliest jump shot. He wears the braids. He wears the 2 braids going back. I cannot think. Dylan Brooks. They got Dylan Brooks on.
He's a hack.
Ant-Man. He's a hack, but
no, he's a great defender. Don't get twisted. He's a good defender. Don't get twisted.
The best defender is on Ant-Man.
Their best scorer. Yeah, their best scorer.
So and Ja, like you said, Ja is not on you because they got to serve his energy. Come on now.
That leaves you what? Maybe if they start Tyus Jones or they start Brandon, like they're gonna start Brandon Clark, or you're gonna get a lot of switches. I mean,
he was literally just in Brooklyn, and it wasn't like he wasn't on a big stage. It was Brooklyn.
You were in Brooklyn,
giving people fits, giving them 30. Where is
you were an all-star?
This is it. I can't. For the life of me, watching this team play pisses me off so much because if they had any type of leadership, any type of maturity,
it'd be sweet.
It'd be sweet. It would have been over. They would have been on to the second round, waiting for Golden State if they had any type of maturity, any type of leadership for that team, and they don't. And it's ugly as fuck to watch. It's so ugly. I've never seen so many leads given up in my life. I'm just sitting there looking like, bro, there's no way. There's no way. They get these huge leagues and they start coming down the court, tweening and ISO balling. And then next thing you know, Desmond Baines, they hit 3 threes in a row and the coach called the timeout. I'm just like, what am I watching?
I don't understand. I don't get that because let me tell you something. Spo is my favorite coach, not because of him being a Miami coach, but he will call a timeout
quick.
Like it's been numerous times where I seen we give it so I get a lead. Before if they hit 2 buckets and we was up 15, timeout. And it's a smart timeout because of momentum shift, right?
Yes.
Especially when you in somebody else's hood.
In somebody else's house. I've seen Coach Popovich call 2 timeouts in a row back to back. He called a timeout. He called a timeout because they went on a 5-0 run. He called a timeout. Out of the timeout, the Spurs missed a shot and they hit another 3. He called another timeout.
I ain't even gonna give him time to get high. Why? Why would I? Why do I? That I'm failing my job if I do that. I don't understand why coaches feel like this is not like that was one thing I hated about Coach Roy. I love Coach Roy to the moon and back, but he would let us play and I'd be like, bro, please call a timeout. It's getting out of hand. Like we can't stop the bleeding. Call a timeout. Please. And he did it this year. But it's a learning curve. It's 1 year being in charge. I get it. So, yeah. But going forward, it's like, please utilize those. You can't take them with you. So
no, you can't.
You can't take them to the next game.
You get more in the second half.
You can't take them to the next game. Use these, please.
No, man. It's oh my God. Watching them play is horrible. And because not only like we said, watching them play is horrible. This series are here. They play this again, but they have no shot against Golden State. That's going to be the easiest. That's going to be the easiest matchup for a 3rd seed against a 2nd seed if the Grizzlies continue to play like this, because they are struggling against Timberwolves.
Yeah, they're young. That's the problem too. It's you can't. That's the thing about being a young team. And I think like they stay in foul trouble too. The Grizzlies stay in foul.
So
trouble.
did the Timberwolves, bro. They were fouling each other back to back.
And I'm like Jaren Jackson's like I see why he didn't win the defensive player. Now he should have been in the conversation.
Walking down the court, smacking each other in the back of the head.
Like they're like bulls. Like it's like slime. Like why are you head steam at a shot you know you can't block? What is that about? You have no chance of blocking the shot. You still going to attempt to block. It didn't look confused when you get the foul call.
Oh my God!
Come sit your ass down on this bench.
And it's not. Too. It's not helping with the Patrick Beverly too small. Like, bro, calm down, bro. You hit one hook shot.
Pat do that to everybody. Why does he do that every time he score on Ja? I don't understand that. Every time he score on Ja, he did it. Bro, this boy finna give you 16, and you can't do nothing about it. Like, why?
Right, I don't get it. Every time?
You made a bucket. Cool.
Every time. And that's how you know he ain't been there before. That's how you know he ain't been there before. That's
why he was so passionate about being the Clippers.
I think it had a little bit more of the fact that they kind of,
Oh, they gave him the boot. Oh, for sure.
They gave the boot.
Yeah, of course.
They was like,
we know. Yeah, they gave him the boot, and he ended up being the playoffs. You know, he was gonna talk his nose. I would have too. Even if we is gonna lose the next round. I got the Grizzlies. I got the Grizzlies pulling it out, but they gonna get a mud hole stumping their ass going up against Golden State because they're not gonna give up a 20-point lead. Because one thing about it is they're not gonna. Klay Thompson's checking Desmond Bain straight up. Yeah. Andrew Wiggins probably gonna check. Ja. They're gonna put length, right? And then Jaren Jackson. It's like, so who else do you go to offensively? Because Jaren Jackson's just a defensive player.
Nobody, because Golden State's not gonna let Desmond Bain give you 30. They're not. They're just not gonna do it.
We're gonna frustrate them. First of all, I think Desmond Bain's 6'5". So if you put Klay 6'7",
with the shortest arms.
Right. So
have you seen his arms?
Yeah, he's a big.
You know how like in 2K when you make your arm shorter, you get a higher 3-point rating. Is that what happened?
Yeah, maybe.
Is that where they got that from?
Maybe because he's one of a kind. He's built like a pit bull.
He got little T-Rex arms.
Yeah.
He said built like a pit bull.
He built like a pit bull for real. Nigga head big as hell. But like they're just not gonna allow you to be who you were in the regular season.
No.
So who do you go to? Because they're not gonna let Ja be Ja. He's gonna have to go to another level. And I mean, you just can't pick it up overnight. You know what I mean? So it'll be. I think it's good. I think it's a clean sweep. They might get one. But
yeah. I think they might get. I mean,
they get one in Memphis.
Yeah, that's your best bet.
That's probably your best bet. You don't think you get one? You don't get one in Golden State.
That's your best bet.
You definitely not get one at Oracle for sure.
No, they're not gonna let that happen. They're not gonna let that happen. So I mean, I never finished my Eastern Conference. It's tough for me. I'm going back and forth. I really am. Like I said, I gotta see the Heat play. Most likely the 76ers. If it goes to Game 7, it's gonna be the Toronto Raptors. But
yeah,
I gotta see them play a team. And once I see it, I think I'm gonna make my decision then because it's tough, man. It's tough for me. I'm right now. I'm riding with the Bucks until further notice. But my pick right now will be Golden State versus Bucks in the finals. I'm gonna let you know right now, if the Heat make it to the finals versus Golden State, that's gonna be a series. That's gonna be a dog fight. Ugh. I'm gonna enjoy every single game.
I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick because
y'all gonna be a dog fight. It's gonna be so good.
I'm gonna be so sick because I'm gonna be so locked in. Because I was locked in for the Atlanta series, and I won't even really worry about Atlanta.
Yeah.
But if we end up playing Golden State, you know I'm locked in.
You know who's gonna have fun with that? Stephen A. Smith.
Oh yeah.
Flying out to the Bay, flying out to Miami.
South Beach.
Then to the Bay.
I can't wait to watch him on. I can't wait to watch him on First Take because he's gonna be talking so crazy. It's gonna be. He's gonna be like,
ooh,
it's gonna be so crazy.
I get to work in the South Bay, Molly. I get to work in South Bay and I get to fly to Miami.
That's my guy.
Oh, let the Bucks get there though. He was like, I go to Milwaukee, and I gotta go to South. I got to go to the Bay. Then I gotta go back to Milwaukee. Yeah, no, it's gonna be something nice, man. I'm really truly excited. We hit on this couple of podcast episodes ago, but I'm excited to see the next wave superstars come in.
Yes,
The next wave, because this is what 16 years or something. It's something crazy number since we haven't had KD and LeBron in the postseason, right? Was it both of them? It's kind of.
let's think about it.
Do you remember?
Yeah, it has to be that high, bro. Right? Because
LeBron's made the postseason every year except for his rookie year, right?
I think except for that. Yeah, except for that.
But then he missed it with the Lakers. But then the KD was in the postseason when he missed with the Lakers. So yeah, it's like 16 years.
16 years.
Yeah. So you see the rise of Ja, the rise of Luka, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, all these players, Rudy Gobert, it's like Donovan Mitchell. I cannot stand Rudy Gobert. Donovan Mitchell, and you seen all these players, man, and it's a good thing. I'm kind of excited that Jimmy Butler's been able to kind of shimmy his way in there at the tail end of LeBron James and KD's prime, so he's not just overshadowed by their prime the entirety of his career. So it's gonna be good, huh?
Somebody had a nerve to ask me, was Jimmy Butler a Hall of Famer? I said, isn't Vlade Divac a Hall of Famer?
I think he is. I think Jimmy Butler.
Vlade Divac is a Hall of Famer. Like, I don't even know why we had that. Like, Vlade Divac is a one-time All-Star. Where you talk about a guy who has what, seven or eight?
Yeah,
7 on top 8 All-Star nods.
So let's get into that. You take it, DeMar DeRozan and Jimmy Butler.
You know I'm taking Jimmy Butler all the way. And this is before, right? This is
but where I'm trying to figure out when did when did DeMar DeRozan at what point in time was a better player than Jimmy Butler? Because I feel like I've always had Jimmy Butler higher than DeMar DeRozan.
I think everybody has, right? It is nothing against DeMar DeRozan because he's a prolific scorer.
No,
but I think it's levels to this basketball. It's just really levels to it. It's like, and he's levels ahead of DeMar DeRozan. Let's put it like this. This is a conversation if the Bulls are actually putting up a fight against the Bucks. Then we have a different conversation, right? If DeMar DeRozan is going toe-to-toe with Giannis in this situation, I think we're saying, okay, now DeMar DeRozan has the potential to be better than Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler played the Atlanta Hawks, right? But DeMar DeRozan going up against the champion, right? The champions, and he's holding his own weight, right? I think it's a little different conversation. But
I think you put Jimmy Butler around that that kind of like that Bradley Beal, Paul George level, right?
Yeah,
you agree with that?
Tier 3 or 4. I guess what is it? Tier 3 or 4. I guess
Bradley Beal, Paul George. I mean, you kind of got to go down a couple of tiers, low key, because the next tier under that, you got like Drew Holiday, the world's, Bam Adebayo, Karl-Anthony Towns, Jaylen Brown, Ja. Right, Ja's up there. He's a little bit higher though, but you have the Kyries of the world, stuff like that. Then you kind of get to the, then to the DeMar DeRozans, right? But I don't even know, is DeMar DeRozan in the same echelon as Zach LaVine? Is Zach LaVine higher than DeMar DeRozan? Right? Do you kind of put them in the same category? And a LaMelo Ball, So I think they all fit perfectly right there. But Jimmy Butler is definitely above the echelon. I think he's right under I think he's kind of close to that CP3, Donovan Mitchell tier.
Yeah.
So
it comes because you know why it comes about, because it's just like everybody understands that Jimmy isn't a prolific scorer, right? It's like, but he does all these. It's like he doesn't do one thing great, like like most players do. Like like Steph's a great shooter, KD's a great scorer, Bron's a physical specimen, Giannis is a physical specimen. What I mean, that whole nine. But he does everything that you need to be done on the basketball court, and he does it the right way, and it results in W's.
But you don't want to take away. Also, you don't want to take away from his scoring just because he's not a prolific scorer.
No. That's what I'm saying. I don't take away from him.
I still think he's a good scorer.
I think, yeah,
I put him as a good scorer. I mean, he's
he's
that
averaging 22.
23, that 22, 23 points per game.
He's averaging 30
that's not
right now,
easy to do.
Yeah, he's averaging 30 in this series, right? I think it was 30.5 or something. But he's overall, like, he's like a 22-point score, I think, career-wise, or something like close to that anyway. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess, but, everybody fall in love with the glitz and glamour, right? You fall in love with the fact that DeMar DeRozan has great footwork and mirrors Kobe. You know how it goes, right? That whole shit. So
let me ask you this question, though. You kind of you jog my memory. Let me ask you this question. Who's the better scorer, KD or Giannis?
The better scorer.
I had this conversation with a couple of people, and I want to hear your side of the things.
If you'd have to put it in perspective, I mean, it has to say Giannis, right? Because you have to remove the glitz and glamour.
That's what I'm saying.
Who gets it done? Who gets it done? Like,
I'm not saying the better shooter.
Yeah,
I'm not saying better crossover.
We know this.
But better floater. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying who puts the ball in the bucket
in the rim
more.
In the rim. Who
puts it more on a consistent basis, night in, night out? Who puts it in the rim more?
It hurts people to say that because, but like we as fans and at home analysts, we have to remove the entire glitz and glamour because
I'm gonna put that on my LinkedIn bio.
What, at home?
At home analyst.
Like, we have to remove that glitz and glamour because, like, people fall in love with that. Like, that's why so many people put Kyrie above, like, Stephen Curry. It's kind of like, how? Like, I love Kyrie, but I still think Stephen Curry is a better scorer.
Yeah.
The better glitz and glamour is definitely going to be Kyrie because it's the oohs and the ahs.
It's the oohs. And somebody said they compared Kyrie to Trey Young, and it was like Kyrie's so much head and shoulders above Trey Young. And I think Shannon Sharp was like, but is he though? Because his career without LeBron got them 3 first-round draft picks in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't until LeBron came back.
Yeah. And it's equivalent to what Trey Young was. I think Trey had I don't think he got that nod until they made those. What was that? DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish. Who else was in that class?
But you're saying,
so yeah,
without one of the greatest players ever do it, he did get him to the Eastern Conference Finals though.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's still kind of like you kind of making sense when you're making sense.
No, that's definitely valid. That's definitely valid.
Kind of making sense when you're making sense. And that's a tough one right there for me. That's a tough one because somebody came up to me and was like, "Who's better, Kyrie or Trey Young?" Like, dang, you kind of really had to sit on about it. You have to because Kyrie's success has come from the great teams he's played on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget Kyrie was doing what he was doing. He was scoring at a prolific level, giving people Sham Wilds and Sham Gods in the 2-for-1 special.
Yeah,
but he was also getting number 1 first draft picks.
That's a knock on himself though, because he never took himself to the next level. It was all it became get yours in a sense. It seemed like when it came before Brock, it's like nah. I think if he would have mounted himself, he probably could take himself to the next level. But I think he has to understand that. Like, that's just me. Maybe that's not in his bag. I don't know, because Trey Young definitely took them boys to the East Conference Finals last year. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a tough one. That's a tough thing to sit on.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's one of your thoughts.
Hey, shout out to you though, because you did say Trey Young is not who we think Trey Young is. He is. Let's not get it. He is a star.
Yes.
But everybody had him as a superstar.
Yeah.
And you were kind of like pump the brakes on it.
Yeah.
Let's think about this. Let's calm down. So that Trey Young hype was real.
Watch that tape.
That Trey Young hype was real.
He's a phenomenon. Don't get it twisted, but it's levels to this.
Yeah,
it's definitely levels. Like, we can still say Ja Morant, Luka, JT, Devin Booker. They still in that echelon of being the top 4 in the under 25, I guess.
Yeah. So
Trey's emerging at the bottom because Donovan Mitchell's definitely falling up that list too. He's starting to walk his way down.
Steve Mitch, get out of there.
And I love. He got to. He's never going to prosper.
No, because nobody's coming to the Jazz to play, and you're too good of a team to draft well you're gonna have to find a diamond in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to waste D Mitch's years trying to find a diamond in the rough?
Yeah.
So it's time for D Mitch to come to the Lakers, and we'll take care of him. Him and AD can go on to carry the rings once LeBron James leaves. Donovan Mitchell my 1, Victor Oladipo my 2. Then
how
AD,
you go? How you just gonna let Victor walk like that? Like he ain't just had 23 last night.
AD at the 4.
The boy said,
fine. We get Miles Turner at the 5, and we go on about our
Jesus.
day as the Lakers. We'll put anybody at the 3. We'll put somebody some good week. Otto Porter Jr. We'll put him at the 3. We'll put him.
I said Victor Oladipo. Like Victor just had 23 in Miami.
Don't worry about that.
Jimmy said I ain't playing tonight. Victor said, don't worry about it. I got you, big bro.
Don't worry about that. Listen, we need that team to come together. You see Russell Westbrook delete all his IG posts?
Nah, bro.
He deleted all his IG posts.
I see why him and Kevin Durant were friends.
Yeah.
They're just petty. Like,
it's time for him to go. We about to give him away. We about to give him away for some Hubba Bubba gum, some dryer sheets, and $5.
Like, bro, I get it, bro, but it ain't that serious, bro. You struggle. You know how you get back at people? Get in the lab.
And you talk about, I can't. Fans did get out of hand. I can't take that away from that.
They do.
But you do have to take responsibility for something. Fans don't get out of hand if you play decent. I'm not even asking for all-star. If you play decent, fans don't act the way they do. Play decent. The media is not going to act the way they do if you play decent. Hell, if you would have recorded the same stat line, if you would have gave the Lakers 18-9 or it's 8-5, but with just 2 turnovers, you all would have accepted that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody and their mama would have accepted that. Would have been fine. Would have been absolutely fine. One last thing though, before we go, there was this thing I want to know. Did I save it on my TikTok? Oh, here it is. So somebody said the most ridiculous box score in NBA history. I don't know if you saw this. So apparently it was the Rockets. I don't know who they played against, but listen to this stat line. PJ Tucker played 52 minutes, went 4 for 8, and had 10 points.
Is this the one where James Harden had like 40?
James Harden had 50. Right? No, this is the Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook was 7-30.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
19 points. James Harden was 11-37 with 50 points. And Clint Capella was 9 for 9, gave you 21 and 22.
Because James had like 20-something free throws. That's right.
Bro, James Harden really went 4 for 20 from 3.
Mm-hmm.
That game was crazy. I need to look up what game that was. I need to see. Because for PJ Tucker to play 52 minutes and give you 10 points.
Oh, he was out there playing straight defense. His points probably came with all straight layups. Yeah. It's no reason PJ Tucker should be skinny, bro. All that running he be doing out there. That boy should be down there anorexic because he be running.
Bro, that stat line was crazy. I came across my page. I was
50
like,
50 points, and you were 4-12. You were 4-20, and you were 11-33 from the field in general.
11-37.
11-37, and you
put
had
up 37 shots.
And you had 50 points. This is why I don't like James Harden.
James Harden used to be one of my favorite players.
I know,
when he first got to Houston. I loved me some James Harden, but when he started manipulating the system.
There you go.
I was like, I can't get behind this. My new favorite player is now Giannis. I'm gonna get a Giannis Laker jersey.
Yeah, I like how you snuck that in. That's good. Giannis Lakers jersey. You gonna start a petition, huh?
His little brother played for us, so I'm gonna get his name. It's gonna be his name. I don't know if they had the same number or not.
Nah, I think he wore 43. I think he wore 43.
Something stupid, but I'm gonna put 34 on it though.
I think both of the brothers were 43 because he were 34, so they were.
They say if you speak it into the existence, put out a universe, you can manifest it. So if I get a jersey of him made in the Lakers uniform, maybe he might come to the
Boy, you wear that jersey and you go to a Lakers game or you go to a Charlotte Hornets game and got that jersey on, boy, you're going to be on TV for the next 7-8 years.
I'll do it.
For the season.
I'm gonna wear it backwards too. I'm gonna wear it backwards too so you can see it.
For the rest of that season, you're going to be the talk of the town.
Yeah.
They're going to start that.
Yeah. And I need to be on Sports Center.
What made you have the jersey on?
Hey, any publicity is good publicity. You'll get the podcast out there.
Damn right.
Yeah. They'd be like, this crazy motherfucker is one of the co-hosts of the Ugly Truth. I would get it, bro. We need somebody. I don't want to be sad for the next couple of years. We need somebody. What? My NFL season is already on the fence.
Why?
What you mean why?
What's the draft? Who else for the draft?
It's defense.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, you're supposed to draft defense. Hopefully we stick to it.
I seen somewhere it said something about what's the boy from Alabama, the wideout.
Man,
Jameson Williams,
the one who tore his ACL in the freaking national championship.
Yeah, James. I think it's James. How you say his name?
Yeah, I think it's James Williams or something like that. But man, I like where we are. I like where. Let me just say this. I like where we are NFL wise, but I know that my season is going to come to an end near the postseason. We might make it, but we kind of need the over the hump. We gotta get over the hump.
Well, look at it like this, bro. At least you guys might make it.
Yeah, because Tom Brady back. I'm sorry.
I mean, we still got Sam Darnold back there, bro.
Y'all buy that Baker Mayfield.
At this point, there's no reason to go get Baker Mayfield if you still got Sam Darnold.
Big. Is he still with the Browns?
Yes.
They just shitting on themselves out there.
They can't do nothing with him.
They just shitting on themselves.
They can't do nothing. They can. Because I think everybody in the quarterback room black except for him. I think it was Deshaun Watson tweeted or something like that, or he was quoted. He was like, "This is the first ever black quarterback room I've ever been in." Don't care. I was like, "Wow, all black."
Bro, Baker Mayfield about to get traded for a kicker.
Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Watson, Josh Dobbs. Baker Mayfield finna be on the pull. He finna be using that contract because they're gonna weed him out like they did Johnny Manziel. Watch.
I better hope he ain't spending that progressive money. Because I think the Browns about to take that hit cap wise. They about to just cut him. And then we'll pick him up. And then trade him for a kicker.
I know they said Pittsburgh, but I think Pittsburgh gonna take Malik Willis because I don't think we are. I think we're gonna take
Cannon. Hopefully we work out.
I think we're gonna take Evan Olaman. Either him or
because that's not the first time we've seen the quarterback with a cannon not work out in the NFL.
Oh yeah, Jamarcus Russell had a bomb and stunk up the jump. Terrell Pryor could have been good though. Terrell Pryor could have been good. I think they didn't get.
Why you laugh? Carson Wentz got a cannon,
but he's not a bum.
Is he not?
He's not a complete bum. We ain't gonna say he's complete.
Oh, so he's half a bum. I'll take half.
We're gonna say complete bum.
I'll take half a bum. He's not. Is he top 15?
Nah, probably top 20.
I give him 16.
I say top 20.
I give him 16.
Yeah, I give him top 20 for sure.
He kind of like what's a good comparison in like the NBA? Like
Walter Rosen.
No, I give him Bradley Beal. Like the stats ain't just equaling the wins. Like what's holding him back? He threw for like close to 4,000 yards.
$4,000, yeah.
And barely any interceptions. He had like a 27 to like 7 touchdown interception review.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not converting to wins? So
I believe so.
But I ain't gotta worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? I got Jalen Hurts.
You got Jalen Hurts. And
the Jalen Hurts show. The Hurt show. Put a hurt on you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'm excited about this weekend, brother.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna get it.
I'm happy we was able to do this. I'm ready to get these buckets.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go stretch right now. I need to stretch 3 days in advance.
I'm about to start drinking water. Well, I do drink a lot of water now, but it's going to be
for the next 3 days.
Super duper water.
I'm
gonna wake up and down 2 glasses and go to sleep and down 2 glasses.
Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to buy 2 jugs. Mm-hmm. It's happening, brother.
It's happening. Yes, sir, man. As always, great pleasure, Rio.
Yes, sir, brother. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. Hey, no, listen. Hey, before you go, I was talking to Matt, Kristen, and Darren went out for tacos yesterday. And Matt was like, I think we got on a conversation about the podcast, but it basically about getting more following, getting more views and stuff like that. And I was like, listen, Matt, I was like, we was doing this when nobody was listening. The fact that a couple people listening now is a blessing.
We love that.
Yeah, we love it. I was like, brother, we was talking on the phone with each other.
Hours.
Nobody listening but us.
What? Yo, I can use. I'm good with these 15, 20.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, we love y'all. The uglies. Well, I'll say the uglies.
The uglies. I'm not calling him that, right?
I'm not, bro. I'm not. I was crazy for that, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh my God, man. Bye, man.
All right, brother. Be good, man.
Yes, sir. Much love. Much love. See you this weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Peace.
Well, Rio be leaving fast. Like, I don't even get a chance to end the stream before he leaves. He be out.